Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-da-ba. Bum, 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 bum. And we are live! How we doing, everybody? Who we got in chat? It's Ray Ray, good to see you, glad to have you. Ray Ray, Jubilant, good to see you, glad to have you. Willow, good to see you, glad to have you. Jess, good to see you, glad to have you. And Jay, good to see you, glad to have you. Maybe it's just gonna be us four this today, but or I guess us five. Well, we'll make that work, shall we then? Okay, so I am gonna go ahead and check what ones I have left to get, and then we'll probably just go down that. I guess if we have an uneven, if anyone wants to ping, I'll go ping looking for group. Looking for Ender, good to see you, glad to have you. Oh, and also for anyone who would like to join us, we are on Crystal Curl. The ones I have left are, I may just go ahead and start with those unless any of you guys have a specific route you want to get done. I need to get 3, 11, and 12 done, which, let me pop up my little guide here. You can solo the variant dungeon. Yes, you can solo, but it's, one, it seems like it's slower having looked at other people's runs, and two, it's like, you know, don't you want to do it with other people? But yes, you can absolutely do it solo. Criterion's more when it comes into being a problem. 3, primary path, use 2 wrong sacks. Trigger the puff circles after the door opens. Trigger the puff circles? What the hell's... We'll figure that out. 11 is middle path. Oh, good, we've got 1 for each path. Final boss, scales, helmet, plus fruit, Thal statue. Okay. And I'm just checking. My brain's worried that I have nulled all backwards in terms of the statue, so we're gonna have to. We chose coins before, which means we probably chose nulled rather than Thal. As in, I could solo if you have to. Yeah, it's not exactly easy though. Yeah. Is it? I found it was pretty easy. I have to run this 4 times, so I need quite a few. Lolly ho! August, good to see you, glad to have you. Please, you guys are catching up on the Sil'dih archives. Yes! And I'm going to have a Sil'dih video hopefully coming out soon, as well as hopefully me and Naniri might do a lore talk on it. We'll see. You know, it's always about that time, that we can afford to it. I only need 3, 8, and 12. Well, Jade, I'm going to definitely take you then, because we can sync up our thing. V, if you want to run solo, then I'll take Dest and Willow. That way, and then I'll pick you back up for Criterion. Sound good? Because we're gonna do Criterion later, which Dest you'll be great at. You'll be fine at. A Twitter account pointed me to you guys. I'm happy to find your channel. Awesome! I'm glad. Yeah, I saw some people were relating our our lore talks for this Sil'dih Subterrane. I can tell you that me and Naniri are both very excited when we found out about Criterion as a format. Do we not need a healer? Well, we'll see how that goes. We'll see how it goes without a healer. Make sure that you guys are bringing bringing a heal skill though. If no one's going to be swapping over to healer. I'm going to keep variant raids just in case we lose some Dest or something. Okay, no, Jade's switching over. So, okay, the first time through... well, you know, we'll just let, since I've got a path for each one, we'll just let Nanamo choose. DPS or tank easiest to slow with, do you think? I think tank, especially if you're bringing something like Paladin, because if you needed to heal, you've got a Clemency. A Warrior, I guess, would be fine. Really, all the tanks would have decent enough self-sustain, other than Dark Knight. I think Dark Knight might be the hardest, just because your sustain's weaker. But your DPS output might be better. Okay, we're going we're going up first. But yeah, August, I hope you enjoy the stuff that we've put out in the past. You may, if you want to check out any of our older stuff and the stuff to come. And we also do MSQ streams Monday and Tuesday, as well as Final Fantasy replay streams on Thursday. My only tank would be Gunbreaker. Gunbreaker will be fine because you've got Aurora and stuff. Aurora. Auroria. So for this, we're going to be doing the wrong bags until at the final turn, and then after that we will, that'll get us Route 3 for me and Jade. How's everybody's weekend going, / week? Mine's going pretty well, but I always wish I had more time. Don't we all? I ran it solo as a red mage, and I only used my red mage heal once. Interesting. I goofed up during the final boss. The variant heal action is really good. So you were using the variant heal. Yeah, so if you take the variant heal alone, then maybe even DPS for sure is the better way to go, because your output will be better. I guess I would say that tank is the safer. Yeah, is really good, so your Gunbreaker should be fine. Yeah, I was pretty slow solo, but cool. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm having watched other people solo, or even when I did 3-man with some friends over doing 4-man, is it definitely was slower. Which I'm glad they give you the option. Like if you're scared by people, you can still do it. Yes, the true fear of trying to do a variant dungeon is not the actual dungeon itself, but trying to make friends. Did they get anything interesting? No. One day I will get that goddamn umbrella. I haven't did anything solo yet. Like in the game at all? Or like for Sil'dih Subterrane? Purple! Good to see you, glad to have you. Also, we have 5 people on currently. So if anybody wants a small group to do Subterrane with, we've got people you can join up with. Yeah, also the first run, it was cool to just take my time and really look around without rushing. Yeah, I had the benefit of friends who were willing to let me go at my own pace and just like gaze at all the stuff. I'm almost a little sad that there's a lot of lovely and architectural storytelling being done, but a lot of it is stuff that not necessarily would be revelatory outside of EE1. That's why like some of the biggest stuff is coming from the Sil'dihn reports. So, Des, I don't know if you're listening, but if you are, this guy changes based on some of the, like, the mechanics he used, changes based on what stuff you've done before him. So, like, if we had turned the water faucet over back earlier, it would have cleaned up the arena, and he'd use some different abilities. Well, I'm now done with every side quest with a few exceptions, like Feast or Famine, all cards, time-gated Yorha quest, which I forgot. Yeah. Nice! Congrats, Purple. I really appreciate that this motherfucker is, has no positionals. I always soloed this. I mean, yeah, like, you can. It's just slower. I don't even necessarily know if it's harder, because, like, at least you have full control of where he's going. None of the other stuff that I did in 14 so far I've did solo, like having friends call a random dungeon crawl. I like having friends call or randoms to dungeon crawl with. Yeah, honestly, August, I'm the same. I totally relate to that, but I do also appreciate the fact that there's the capacity for others to... The capacity for those to be eased in, right? Like, you imagine someone who's, like, only used to single-player games, maybe not playing MMOs or doesn't have any friends is stressed about it, but by the time they do something like, you know, Heaven's Word... I mean, you'd hope by the time they get to variant dungeons, they're used to playing with other players because... I mean, you're gonna have to for trials, but at the same time, yeah, I definitely relate to that. To your way of playing, preferring to like at least try with randos. I will say I do get can get annoyed with randoms, but like more often than not. Okay, see, my favorite thing about this mechanic is that if you're a tank, you can just choose to skip it. Actually, I can just... I didn't even know about the notes and stuff. I've only like done one, though I've only ran that once. Oh, really? Yeah. So here, while we're dealing with that, I can pull it up here. No duties. So you've got these little things down here, but if you go to, if you click on the book itself, it actually gives you this pop-up with all these different lore tidbits based on the routes that you've unlocked. Since this is YouTube, we're contractually obligated to say like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, Ray Ray. It really isn't since the dungeon scales to you. No, I can tell you for sure it is. The dungeon scales in terms of difficulty, but it's not specifically linearly. I can tell you that the times do break down, that pretty much I've seen in all circumstances that the fewer people you have, the longer it takes. So, like, yes, it does get scaled down, but it's not a perfect scaling down. Like, it's the same way that, like, content can scale in other parts of 14, but that doesn't mean it scales perfectly linearly. Like, I saw phases on Sil'dih that I never saw in 4-man, that I only ever saw doing 1-man or 3-man. I haven't done 2-man, so I don't know. I can't speak to that. And it wasn't just like different mechanics phases. I mean, like, literally the length of the battle went on long enough for her to start repeating abilities that I hadn't seen elsewhere. I want to know more about the parts of Sil'dih. I know they say that it's like a water drainage, but it feels more than that. So it's interesting. So I assume that the reason that it has so much to do with the waters, especially, is you think about the King of Springs, Sasawefu? I'm forgetting his name, but I suspect that has a lot to do with the point in time in which Sil'dih basically diverted the rivers for Ul'dah and diverted their waters into Sil'dih themselves, which kind of further instigated the War of the Sisters, and that's part of why there's such a water system going on. Beyond that, I'm trying to think about the other like interesting points about it. I mean, it's not so much as a drainage system as much as I would assume it's partially a reservoir, especially if you think about Hydaelyn as a whole. But also, I guess think about places like Nafka's Well, right? In Western Hydaelyn, we know that there are underground aquifers throughout, or at least in parts of Hydaelyn, and Western Hydaelyn is not that far from Ul'dah. Ul'dah sits on top of Sil'dih, and if anything, the Sil'dih excavation site is closer to Western Hydaelyn than Ul'dah is. And you also have, we know that there's underground aquifers thanks to things like Nafka as well, but, you know, this is actually a really good thing to, like, think through. Oh, I had another point beyond that. Okay, just one second, I need to read what the thing said, because it was framed a little weirdly. 3 is framed. A primary path, use the 2 wrong sacks, don't activate the teleporter, so grab only the wrong sacks. So this is going to be the wrong one, and this will be the wrong one. Wait, just trigger the puff circles after. Okay, no, we're good. Okay. Trigger the puff circles. I'm assuming this is what they're talking about? Yes, okay. Perfect. Maybe Sil'dih was an oasis kind of city? Not really. We know that, like, the water it had, if it was an oasis, it wouldn't have necessarily made sense for them to have diverted the waters that they did from Sil'dih during the War of the Sisters. So I wouldn't assume that was an oasis other than if it was a manufactured one as a byproduct of them sealing that water, but that was also for such a relatively short period of time that we know it gave them an abundance, but, like, war was instigated not too long after that. So I wouldn't suspect it. So, I mean, it also, I guess, depends on how you want to define oasis, because Ul'dah and Beladia and Sil'dih as a whole were, you know, shining gems within the center of the desert themselves. So, like, maybe not when we think of an oasis in the terms of the U Tribes place. What is it? Forgotten Springs, whatever it is. But I would, but you know, definitely the thing is that like Hydaelyn hasn't always been like utterly devoid of life. One, there's some implication that some people believe at one point the Sigoli Desert was even like lush, though at what point in history is uncertain, whether it be like onto Allag or not. I mean, the fact that like Allag built the Royal Starway and stuff over in Sil'dih, or in Hydaelyn, as well as, you know, got Byrogaunt's Strike and stuff like that, makes me think that it could have been as early as the third Astral. And especially makes sense if you think about, well, you'd think it would have changed from going from the second to the third Astral era, because that's when the Calamity of Fire would have happened, which would have attributed it weirdly. But then again, you know, it's not like Kurthus changed from Verdant to Frozen Hellscape during the fifth Umbral Calamity. So, you know, maybe just the sheer change and upheaval that came about from any of the other later, you know, calamities could have caused it just as well. I mean, hell, coming out of the sixth Umbral Calamity, even though that was a worldwide flood, it still stayed a dry and arid desert. So. Fun fact, according to the item descriptions, this is not the creature. This palm is the creature, is the sentient being. Because they really love making fucked up monstrosities in this game. Like the Rotten Gubu. Which is literally just a Gubu corpse controlled by cordyceps. But yeah, if you have any other speculation, August, or questions or points of conversation about like lore stuff or Sil'dih, I'm happy to engage with that. Thank you, Ray Ray. Is this the one where the... Oh, that's what that is. Oh, come on. You gotta wonder, is that crown like a natural part of it? It's also interesting because Silky seems to be, according to Nanamo, a familiar crafted by her mother, which actually implies that her mother was a pretty powerful mage to some extent to be able to create a very unique... Oh, hey, see, it's the Criterion mechanic. Okay, get ready to move to the left. What? It's not how was she angled? Ah, well, we're fine. Des, limit break at will. Oh, I said you weren't Sam. I should have. Slippery soap. Did you clear Criterion already? No, I haven't had time to play after the first stream that we did. However, we're going to be doing some of that today. I have not had time really to play, other than to log on to do Omnicron, basically. Sweet. Let me Not to say anything new soon. Is the battle or a spot of spring? The puffs are lathered with soap. The Sil'dih's Aether feels the exact same as my mother's. Yeah, no, it's all the same stuff. Got past Silky, but the second boss hits like a semi-truck on steroids, so... yeah. Okay. So we got 2 more that we gotta do then. So next up... Black Flame, good to see you, glad to have you. I has Hector. Good, we're in the middle of getting Hector for people. They're Dunes folk, so it's possible to be powerful from that clan alone. Well, but Dunes folk only, okay, but the thing is the Dunes folk have a history in thaumaturgy. Being a Dunes folk alone does not make you a powerful thaumaturge. The other thing is that the reason that Dunes folk are powerful in thaumaturgy is because of the legacy of them coming out of Mach. And so, like, yes, as a descendant of Ul'dah, you know, and descendant of, you know, Beladia and that and all of that, it's not surprising to be a powerful to have a legacy and have thaumaturgical skills. But the degree to which she is powerful enough that she is creating familiars to that degree and with that level of power and or strength is incredibly notable. I mean, you look at the only other people we see readily and easily creating familiars in any real scale is someone like Matoya, who is incredibly powerful. We will go mid. Oh, well, okay. Well, actually, you don't need 8. Well, I need 11 and 12 anyway, so we can just do that. Cool. If anyone has one they want to get, so like, we see that like tribes, for instance, with the Hellsguard, or the like Ilsabardi and Rogadin have specific cultures around the usage of skills, but there's nothing that we get necessarily that like Hellsguard are particularly racially more prone to being more powerful within that rubric. Let me think if there's any example I can think of that kind of denotes racial strength within a specific field. Because it's usually more associated with the cultural. Here, no. I mean, I guess you could argue for here that like more stocky build of Midlanders versus Highlanders versus Midlanders makes, you know, you would think you could make an argument that they're more likely to be better, melee users and whatnot. But I mean, that's speculation based on physiology rather than anything the game textually says. With Dunesfolk, yeah, it's definitely, I think, comes out of their Beladian and Maki heraldry mixed with, I mean, you could also make an argument for the proclivity for Lalfell with magics and the fact that, you know, they are the creators of, Arcanism, you know, the Lalfellian from the Salsea Isles. But then those are the Plainsfolk, those aren't the Dunesfolk. So I think that's, like, you can make an argument about Lalfell's maybe more broadly. But maybe, you know, like to say that Dunesfolk... And also, you know, the creation of familiars is not necessarily directly tied to the practices of thaumaturgy anyways. So... yeah, so like... You know, it's honestly interesting because the creation of familiars doesn't seem practice tied to any specific practice other than really ethereal manipulation. If we also look at like the mammoths, for instance, and how Charlene learns to use those. 12 is poopy. Is it? I mean, 12 isn't random. I mean, you can control 12, because 12 is just you have to do the emotes. Kill the drakes, large or small, then kill Wraith and pick up this incense quickly. Once you reach the coffin, target the coffin. Do not interact with it. Use bow, respect, V-pose, kneel in this order with a brief pause with me. We'll have dialogue with me. Okay. I don't know how the hell anyone figured out 12. The only way I can figure out that anyone figured out number 12 is that someone just like looked in the actual files, because I don't know who would have like considered putting that in, doing that. 12 was last I did, and my brain was already fried. Ah. Yeah, when we get to it, I'll pause and we'll go through it. Might be also be a note somewhere. One of the passes is a note that hints which emotes it needs. Ah, I don't know. That must be middle path, and we must have missed it somewhere or something. Or maybe it's not middle path. Maybe it's one of the other paths. But I swear to God, I didn't see. That would make sense though, Flame and Jade, because otherwise I'm like, how would you ever piece that together? I'm surprised I haven't noticed that note though. If anyone knows where that note is, I'd be curious. Because you have the note for the bags on in the middle path, in the like treasure room with Null Doll. Ah, the beauty of range DPS. No one has to worry about even trying to get close to me. Holy moly, great balls of fire. Oh, we are gonna lose 2 of you guys. I got Willow, you get Death Jade. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, whenever you see 3 of one color and 1 of another, they're always gonna get flipped for that guy. I've never seen them mech with the boulders before. Yeah, every path, I think, every version of Greyon in every path has at least 2 versions of his mechanics. So the boulders is always one of them. It is one of them for this path. So I was having an interesting conversation with some of the people in the community about rewards. Are you guys satisfied with the rewards that came out in Sil'dih Subterrane, or do you guys feel like they needed to be more? Oh, I was not thinking. Because I'm pretty okay with the amount, and also the more like you build up, add more and more and more, you run into the issue of like making people have to engage with the thing more than they necessarily want to, as well as, you know, make it so that, not that it's mandatory, but more time has to be spent there. Would have been a good opportunity to spice up gearing, I think. Ass needs better rewards, but I'm happy otherwise. Interesting. I had not antithesis, but I'm interested to talk to you guys about that then, because because I'm very torn on putting gear in, for a number of reasons. Like, definitely more glam, but like, here's what I'd say first. Jade, like, what gear score would you be thinking? Like, it's obviously not Biss, right? And then do you do lockouts like you do for raids? I'm fine with it. Hey, we got the bed chamber. Yeah, I was gonna point. It's just really funny. I wonder if this is actually just a reused version of Nanamo's room from like 2.x, because like literally you have the same entranceway into the Sil'dih Subterrane as a whole in Nanamo's room, and that's how you escape during 2.x. Having Savage give 6.15 I think is fair. Savage, 615? Yeah, I guess 615 is fine. Yeah, if it's matched with EX. I think you want to keep Biss in rating for a couple of reasons, like to give incentive to do, like rating should be in the upper echelon of like a Savage rating. And also the truth is like, so you just really don't need, yeah, I'm always torn, because I genuinely understand the like a lot of counterpoints, around doing whatever you want, whenever you want. And that's normal. I don't care though. Yeah. Honestly, having asked by the way to get 615 on all jobs would be really nice. Yeah, I would worry about the fact that would like really hurt. And you know there are other ways to solve this, but like that would really hurt. Okay, so for this one we're gonna do wrong. We're gonna do double wrong. Hey, Lore, good to see you. Glad to have you. How fortunate we have to make such a historic discovery. So we're going. Oh, sorry. Actually, no. I was sorry. We're not going to do wrong. We're going to do correctly, which would be the Sil'dihn symbols, which are the helm of might and the fruit. Yeah. Yes. Okay. And then we're going to do Thal. I just want to make sure that we don't mess up. Lady, good to see you. Glad to have you. And yes, we are. That was art winning. Honestly, so do you think those will think that? I guess some people are still going to farm the mounts no matter what, but also making it harder to find groups for people in EX, especially if it's going to be faster to just like rerun and run over and over again. Sil'dih Subterrane, especially if it's only 4 people and you're going to get the gear. No, you get the 615 gear. Why would you do 8 person where you're less likely to get the gear you want? Fruit and helm. You just, oh man, it was so long so I did already. Right, fruit. Remy, good to see you. Glad to have you. Don't make me solo again. That was terrible. Okay, see, yeah. Was it terrible because it was hard, or was it terrible because it was slow? I can drop you one slot. I'm down solo my last route. Well, I mean, Jade, but me and your last routes are the same route, so, I mean, like, synergy and all that. This Aetherite is fascinating to me, especially with, like, you know, that mini Aetherite. Did that come from Charlian? Because it couldn't have come from the Sil'dihn. Okay, last time, I'm pretty sure we picked Null, so this time we should pick Thal. I did all of it solo because I'm antisocial. Willow, you're one of the most social people I know. What the fuck are you talking about? Man, I was looking from Sil'dihn armor sets, even if it was just glam. Yeah, Lore, I was talking about that with someone the other day. I totally agree. The fact that, like, not that I hate the Mafia set, but I feel like one thing they could have done for the glam is had 2 sets. One that is a joke set or an etc set, that would be something like the Mafia set, and then one set that is like a canonical set. Like, there's some Beledian glams from like Google and stuff, but there's not, like, we don't have any Sil'dihn glams, not really. Not with strangers. We were strangers at one point. And now look at us. Wait. Des, don't. So just so you know, if you run forward for a lot of things and like reach Nanamo, you'll automatically activate her, which will skip certain steps. So if you want to ever like finish all your routes, you're gonna want to be in the habit of staying behind, well behind Nanamo. No, for here it's fine because we just have to pick one of the statues. It was Thal, right? Thal's for 11, yeah. Yeah, we did pick Null last time. I was right. I could see if you just zone into it. I might end up doing it just to finish the paths because I have to. Yeah. So we have me, Dest, and Jubilant. Is Destin still in the cutscene? Jade! Enjoy Archon! Enjoy your emotes! Enjoy the Graha WoW! Jade, were you gonna join us for Ask? Do we have our 4, or do we need to figure out a 4th? Yeah, I guess if you want to, will, since you have them down. Okay, you're down, cool, so we have our 4. 1, 2. Man, I really hope they institute, like, not repeat all the mechanics that they're doing for Sil'dih Subterrane, but I do love the, like, individual fights, and I'm really excited for what that kind of implies for 7.0 design. There's also just a lot of moving around, and I like it. I mean, part of the reason that they can design moving around for the fight choreography is because there's only 4 people. 1. Do super chat. Look at all those real shit instead of us because it makes that people happy. Speaking of, where's the boy? I should go get the boy. Gather the host. Ooh, I don't know if I've seen that. Ooh. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's very bad. No, no, oh God. Okay, let's get Jade up first. Yes, yes, yes. Keep hitting me. Okay. You focus on mana. I got myself. Don't worry about healing me. I can take care of myself. You focus on mana and rezzing. Jelly! Good to see you. Glad to have you. Oh, I should have moved way earlier. Roasted! Good to see you. Glad to have you. Once I understood the mechanics, this boss was tons of fun. Yeah, Roasted, I totally agree. Honestly, I don't know if it's just like this isn't true for every boss, but every boss for Sil'dih just like made sense to me pretty quickly. So I've been enjoying every one of them quite a bit. It's just a lot of flipping and inversion. So like if you understand that, it's just you just gotta flip what your sensibility is. Willow, you res her when you got. Oh, you already got her. Oh, come on, I wasn't even close. I can heal myself. You don't have to worry about me. Ah, the wonders of being paladin. I guess warrior can do that. All of the tanks can do that. The line mechanic had my brain wonky for a minute, not gonna lie. Yeah, which part of it was throwing you off the most? I'm always curious what mechanics people struggle with and why. So be ready to run into the center. Be ready to run into the center once it goes off. Now. Oh God, that's not good. Oh God. The colors are remembering which side to be on each. Does the numbers on the bar not help? Is it just are you only looking at the colors? Dest, limit break at will. Oh, I hope I didn't hurt you. Okay, what we get? A 1? A 2? Ooh! No, just a 1, okay. Remember, you want to be behind the line. Yeah, I was only looking at colors. Yeah, okay. I guess I looked at the numbers on the bar, and so like the numbers made a lot of sense in my head. I just think of it as distance from the boss. Yeah, exactly. It works the same in both cases, line and circle. Yeah. You know, 3 is further, 1 is the closest. Okay, yeah. You want to go to the from the one that's the newest, yeah, and now move into center. Wait till they go off, and then move out. Toss the sentinel, get a reprise. You ain't doing shit to me. I just figuring out which side of the line to step in out first. Oh, right, yeah. I guess seeing as the first time you don't know if you're supposed to be outside of it or inside of it. Yeah. My friend explained it in a piece of paper and folded it in half. I guess what bosses do you guys tend to have the most trouble with? Like, is there any EX that you were like, this makes no sense to me? Oh, I was not far enough? I thought it was only a 2. It was a 3. EX1. Interesting. I think of EX1 as the really easy one because there's not. I was about to say there's not a lot of movement. That's just patently false. But like, you know, there's really dedicated places to stand, and the only like variant mechanics are pretty easy. I guess you have stars, right? I like to call those moves flip-flop fake-outs. Yeah. It's an accurate term. I can do everything except the spins. Oh, so like it's just hard to like address for your brain to like compensate for changing everything, rotating at 90 degrees. Yeah, I think a lot of people probably struggle with that. Okay, one last one to go. The black-white end boss from Shadowbringers raid still catches me off guard saying, sorry, I'm terrible. No, that's fine, Popoto. Black-white end boss from Shadowbringers. Do you mean 5.0 end boss? As in Hades, or do you mean the Seed of Sacrifice boss? The Omnicron quest making me cut onions. Oh, I guess me fucking too. Yeah, also, guys, don't forget that, like, if you want to, like, Small and V, if you guys want to team up, or, Black Flame. Are we? I feel like I try to figure out if we're friends every time. Okay, one last one to go. Also, oh my god, guys, you're a fucking Small. You're fucking adorable. Does anyone want to fill in? Because V said that she was fine watching stream and then just doing Small or Flame or anyone else want to join in? I'm gonna assume that's a yes. It's hard to tell. I don't speak Lullafell. Duty, VC Dungeon Finder. Okay, final one. Let's do it. This one's gonna require some precision, so hear me out as we go. Yeah, but August, the Omnicron's quest is hitting me so hard, and I love it because it's literally exactly what I had predicted and was hoping for, and so far it has just been gloriously beautiful and affirming, and 12. We are doing 12. Which the first time we have to worry about anything is after the first boss. So we don't have to worry anything until after the first boss. I think the last boss of Eden. Really, Jade? I think the worst variant in EX1 is the snake, but you generally live through those, I guess, so maybe not the worst. I think they're definitely the worst. That's the one that people have the hardest, like, gauging how far they're supposed to be once they turn. I think that's the one I see people fuck up the most on Jubilant. I think the last boss of Eden, I feel like the last boss of Eden, though, like, once you understand what each primal does, then you just have to, like, that's easy enough. Oh, August, also, I have a theory that I want to share with you and everybody else. I think, so one of the interesting things about, the, like, mold and stuff down here is that one of the enemies you fight, is a Hecdies. And Hecdies are not, like, normal creatures, they're void sent. But interestingly, Hecdies are one of the few void sent that can reproduce on the source. So, like the bombs. Bombs can also reproduce on the source. And they're born about from, like, maybe astral Aether, but, like, Aether, like, collecting around eyes. I would assume astral Aether because it has to be void sent. But, which, if you think about Sil'dih and what happened here with all the dead bodies and corpses and zombies and stuff, plus the waterways and the bodies that might have slotted in there, it stands to reason that the eyes of the dead Sil'dihns and stuff, are what coalesced into creating the Hecdies over time. And also would explain some of the other aquatic and creature life here probably started out by feasting on the rotting flesh and corpses of all the Sil'dihn. Oh, sorry, I'm terrible. Oh, thank you, Jade. Yeah, I haven't finished Eden's Promise yet. Okay. I'm a big fan of Eden. I thought Eden was a very good time. But yeah, Black White End Boss from Shadowbringer Raid. Oh, I missed that line. Oh, I missed that. Yeah, I think you're right, Jade. I missed that he said raids. I would, but I'm feeding baby. Yeah, no worries, Black Flame. That's feeding the children is far more important than playing with some rando dude. Same, dude, same. As soon as they said they were going to have a beast tribe for them, yeah, I was a tribe for them. I was so excited. This is the second tribe I was willing to do, second to the Fae, back Ilmeg. The second beast tribe. You should definitely go back and do the other tribes. I highly cannot recommend, especially if you care about the lore whatsoever, but also the level to which they can, you know, here are the Hecdies that I was talking about. Also, it's interesting that a Morble got down here. I'm trying to think about the nearest Morble that we see. I mean, I guess they could have had him. We know that the king of Sil'dih, or was it Ul'dah, had like a menagerie and stuff. So maybe he had a Morble from far away. But yeah, I had predicted. I am loving the Omnicron quest. I do wish I was getting some XP off of it that was useful, but getting my gatherers to 90 is something I do usually like day one, or it's one of the first things I do after completing the MSQ when an expansion drops. Hydra, good to see you, glad to have you. Hello, can't stay or join. All good. At an old friend's twins Halloween party. Nice. But if you ever need help figuring out how to get any pip and don't know what to turn, actually we're on our last pip. But yes, yeah, gladly will do. Also, this is interesting that there's ceruleum here. And I wonder if there is ceruleum here. One, if someone lit a fire, that would be a fucking nightmare. But also that means that. I mean, it makes sense. It could be coming from Northern Thanalin, especially. But them putting it to use, I wonder in which way they put it to use. Did they put it to use for lanterns? They didn't use it, was it powering the machinery down here? Anyways, after this boss, we'll need to actually follow the list of things that are required to do. I'm gonna watch from the couch because I'm super sleepy. You do that, Willow. Take it easy. Hope you enjoy your Halloween party, Hydra. Do we know any of the Ascian interference with the 5th era city-states? Do we, yeah, give me a second to think about that. Do we know? Well, honestly, the creation of some of the Maki things that we see, also, never follow me on that mechanic. I always don't do that mechanic because I can just invuln it. It makes sense, right? The War of the Magi leads to a calamity, and is stoked by different parties into Amdapor and Mach going to war. So it's heavily inferable. I'm not even sure I would say implied, but seeing as the direct cause of every calamity is a byproduct of Ascian intervention, I can't imagine it wouldn't be. It's the only reasonable assumption. Now, which Ascian, I think, is a question you could ask yourself. I think you could make an argument for Emmett Selk and his penchant for making civilization building. And empire building, especially, like, imagine him stoking the Maquis to be driven to seek ever greater heights, especially their connection and association with black magic and thaumaturgy and you know, and to some extent rooted in Naldal. And then you look at the connections between Emmett Selk and the Underworld and his role with the Underworld. But in terms of direct references, I can't think of any. Can't think of any with Nim. I'm trying to think of like something like Ozma is explainable, or if there's any like subtle hints, like through like creatures or like artifacts or something. Honestly, I mean, the manipulation of void sense we know is typically a byproduct of Ascian machinations as well when it came to like Alag and, you know, Xande's plan and all of that. So maybe that also would provide another hint that the fact that the root of, you know, because forbidden knowledge tends to be the main way that Emmett Selk and his compeers like engage with getting people, like civilizations to fall, like primal summoning. So if they taught the methodology for void sense summoning to the denizens of like Mach and stuff, then it would further make sense. The thing I guess it would pose is, you know, wouldn't you expect then primal summoning to have been an issue in the 5th? But then again, primal summoning wasn't, you know, seems to have been kind of tampered down until the Battle Silver Tier Sky. You know, what's going on with that exactly has never been fully codified. So it's, you know, maybe Hydaelyn had put some stopgap measures that prevented primal summonings, particularly from after the 3rd Astral Era, and that stopgap wasn't released until the Battle of Silver Tier, which would make sense because, you know, you don't see them again during the 4th or 5th, and you don't see them again in the 6th until, not really until after Silver Tier Sky. Okay, so no one pressed anything, so we're gonna do lift to the right. So we're going to do to the right. Then we're going to kill the drakes from largest to smallest. I don't know who did the numbers last time. I think it might have, if it was Willow. But Jade, if it was you, if you could do that again. If not, I will mark which one we're going to fight. So only attack the one that I mark. There's Morbles and Mordona. Yeah, Jade, good point. Morbles and Mordona, especially the proximity of Mordona. Well, but the Morbles also came about as a byproduct of them loving the sewage and runoff from the castrum. So I wonder, so like, I don't know that necessarily they would have existed in Mordona in a period earlier than that, during like the better part of 500 years ago. Actually, wait, if there's ceruleum down there, that means that Garleans indefinitely lurked around these parts and took advantage of the siphon off the planet, or it could have already existed. No, so ceruleum is a natural formation, so that has nothing. So the Garleans want ceruleum, but let me try to read that point again real quick, August. Actually, wait, if there's ceruleum down there, it means that the Garleans indefinitely lurked around these parts and took advantage of it to siphon to the plant. No, not necessarily. They may have, because their plant would already have been in northern Thanalin. So they may have had no awareness that there was ceruleum. Yeah, okay. Hit these guys one at a time, no AoEs. Kill them in order. Stop attacking number 5, please. Focus on number 1. Now number 2. I found it strange that there isn't any info about Ascians during the 5th. Makes it seem as if they were absent. Well, no, it's not that they were absent, but remember, like, we don't know anything about the 4th. Just because we don't know anything about the 4th, I know you said the 5th, but it doesn't mean that nothing happened in the 4th, right? You know, the historical record for those times are very limited, and most of what we know about the 5th came from, like, the Warrior of Light's escapades. Before that, you know, even scholars had very little understanding about the information of what actually went down then. And you know, Amdapor was locked off during, you know, most of the 6th. Nim itself, you know, the Wanderer's Palace was beneath the lake. You know, like, you put all that together, and I think it's the you know, absence of them in the narrative is just a lack of awareness of what the details of that time, and much more reading between the lines. Okay, so just 1 second. Then kill the wraiths, ravens, and pick up the incense. Okay. So we're gonna have to kill these guys. Then we're gonna okay. After this, there's gonna be a giant grave that's gonna look like an emulsion chest. You need to use bow, respect, V-pose, kneel in that order. In order to get. I don't know if it's just whoever activates it. But I'm gonna let's say like let's all do it together just in case. Yeah. But so on the cerulean points, that for all we know though, they that cerulean that's channeling through here in Sil'dih is in a part of a pipeline that's deep underground, buried by Sil'dih, that no one was aware of, that already connected to Northern Daenalin. So the thing is, if the Garleans were siphoning off the same source, there's no reason to do that, and there's no reason to get closer to Ul'dah. The source of that may not necessarily come from Central Daenalin itself, or necessarily from anywhere that is closer than Northern Daenalin. And also for them, it would mean having to encroach past Ralbon's Ralbon's reach. What is it called? Ralbon's push, right? Like they would have to push past that into like they have a hard enough time holding Castrum Meridianum. And they like don't even attack the processing plant and control that, despite that being a much more key target. So like let's say there's something that connects this pool all the way down to some deep underground to Sil'dih. You know, which maybe that's not. Maybe there is a closer source. Okay, so let's do this in order. / bow. / respect. / V-pose. / kneel. Let's hope it worked. If not, I wonder if I didn't give enough space between them. Okay. Let's get it. I'm Vigilance Unceasing. A final death onto the zombie horde. I don't know. Maybe we didn't. We'll see. Ooh, Couch, I love you. Yeah. You know, because, like, we don't know, like, virtually anything about the first or second astral eras, right? So the omission of information is, like, a thing that still stands as... I mean, there are things we do know, right? But there's things we understand about, like, Mericidia or... I mean, that's mostly to the third, but there are bits and pieces that Tiamat seems to imply that, you know, the arrival of man in there happened more during the late second. But... You know, there's still lots we could potentially learn about our history, both from something like Agalea or Mists of the Realm, or from something like, you know, at 7.0 going to Mericidia or the New World. We may find out things about times long gone by as well. I would not think that just because we've passed forth from a world in which Ascian Machination is a primary, like, problem, that we won't learn more about those points in time. I think you need more pauses between. Nanamo will have special dialogue if you do. Yeah. So anytime you see a giant red orb like that, guys, wait, does my fucking Requiescat count for variant raise? Fuck yeah. I am a god of rezzing. Yeah, definitely, I think we just didn't pause enough for that. Remember, anytime you see a giant red orb, both in this fight and in general, what you're seeing is something, giant AoE that's gonna go off soon. Red Mage Paladin took our jobs. He took our jobs. I'll show you a ver raise. It's safe to assume we had a predecessor Warrior of Light in the source, right? I can confirm that we almost certainly did through a number of avenues. One, Tenzin is heavily implied to be a prior incarnation of the Warrior of Light, and the soul of Azem seems to have reincarnated in multiple ways, at multiple points. So yeah, I would emphatically say yes. Yes, we are not. It's not the first time that the Warrior of Light has existed in, as well as I think there's some implication as well as the idea that maybe one of the earlier Zodiac Braves might have had that as well. Yeah, I waited like 30 seconds between. Yeah. Good to see I'm not the only tank. I can't get out of AoEs. Let me stand in both. Well, I'm also trying to like, that's not me playing well. If I was playing well, if I was like focusing, I think I'd be doing a hell of a lot better job. But I gotta entertain. That or I'm just bullshitting myself and I'm actually terrible. I'm trying to think about how we'd learn about. I mean, I guess we could learn more about the 4th and 5th from Mara City's perspective because we're so isolated during those periods. And I suppose, especially with the time that we're spending with Vritra and Azaya and potentially Tiamat at some point, we could, from their perspective, we could learn more about the periods of time, the astral eras as well. Yeah, I guess there are multiple avenues for us to learn more about those periods of time. And I mean, hell, the 12 in and of themselves. What does everybody want the final tribal quest to be? Like, I feel like my like safe thought is it's Loporrits, right? Like that's the safe bet. I mean, I've had that pitch that I keep pitching to Neri about the idea of the final tribal quest being Garleans, but I definitely think that what we'd be more likely to see is like a Garlean restoration project, especially with that north side of Garlemald that they revealed in the World Quest. No, I feel like we already got enough Loporrits with the Hildy one, with this one, but it probably will be. But I don't feel like we got a ton of Loporrits. I mean, like, we get, like, the most amazing Loporrit moment in Hildy, but if we don't get, like, a ton of Loporrit. I mean, I guess you kind of, with the Alex Jones dude, I kind of do. It would be neat, but I don't know what they do another one in the same zone. No, and also it looks, some of the dialogue and the fact that some of the quests already involve the Aya, to my mind, means that the Aya are, and the fact that the last stand isn't like Omnicron or Loporrits or like, you know, or the Dead Ends people. The fact that the final dregs, is the way it is means to me that I think that's all the people of Ultima Thule. I think as you go along, there will be more and more stuff involving the Aya, the dragons, and so forth. We kind of do plus MSQ. I feel like we get a lot of them. But really, like, any more than the Arcosodra? Like, you know. Oh, look at all you guys. Okay, we're going to go run that one more time before we actually do some ass. Oh, actually, do people want to get in voice chat? I forgot. If people want to do voice chat, we said that we would start doing that more often on... All I get are these goddamn triple triad cards. Hey, I mean, like... Ooh, nice, new one. As someone who loves triple triad, I am enthusiastic. Fair, I haven't gotten very far with the last Dregs quest, so just with one day. Yeah, so the Aya and Dew Dragons are in even some of the side quests already that you can get daily. A lot more than most Beastmen, in my opinion. I
I would also like to emphasize that the narrative as well as the devs have said they specifically are having us move away from the term Beastmen and Beast Tribe as a whole. Not like they're retroactively changing it, but for like especially as the whole point of like 5.5 and like 6.0 is kind of like the entirety of the world coming together. I love Triple Triad. Yeah, me too. If you don't like Triple Triad, you can always turn them in for MGP. That's true. That's why I put it in quotes. Yeah. Yeah, no, that was more just because someone had also said Beast Tribes earlier, Jubilant, and it's just a reminder thing. But I don't do it. Well, yeah, but you can get MGP from it. Wait, that's a thing? Yeah, you just go to the guy, you go to the lady in the center of the thing, and you turn in all your Triple Triad cards for MGP. Never toss an item. Go look at the item and see if there's like a turn in. There are lots of items with turn ins that you can get for trade stuff in for. Some of them are even worth like 5,000 MGP or more. No, some of them are worth way more than that. Some of them they can be up to pretty high numbers. Some, but very few. No, not really. Like even some of the like alliance raids, like some of the ones that you can get pretty easily are actually pretty high numbers. There's actually in some ways like not a huge rhyme or reason to which ones are super expensive. Some are worth a ton, and if you have multiples, yeah. Lobs, I want that Hildebrand dance. Yeah, the Hildebrand dance as an emote. Now that's a fucking idea. I guess the thing is, other than Loporits, what would, does anyone have like a good pitch? Also, if you have the Battle unlocked, you can queue for that and sell without porting to the saucer. Yes, I forgot about that. That's true. I think I always forget that. I don't think I've ever actually used that other than like one time. One day, Umbrella, you will be mine. Oh my god, Smole. For a second, I just saw a flash of green, and I was like, is there a Cactar down here? Is that like a special instance? And then I saw it was you. You little frog. I've been trying to get the mount. I do a lot of Triple Triad when there's... I'm missing like Baelsar's Wall, and I think like Diamond Weapon or something. I need to just sit down and do that, man. Bay Boogle fed. Nice, Flame. Good to see you, glad to have you. Cloud of Darkness for 1,500 each. Piles up when doing roulettes when leveling. Yeah, that's like one of the ones that I was thinking of, like, that doesn't sell for technically a ton because it's only, 1,500. But they do, like, I've sold those and gotten, like, a stack of, like, 10,000 plus MGP for, like, not doing jack shit. I mean, to Jubilant's point, it's not a huge number, but it really does add up over time. Because your weekly, I mean, if you do your, like, the biggest thing you can do is, like, your weekly 50,000, and that's a fifth of that. Just for doing, just for idly doing roulettes and stuff. Like right now, I've got, just with what's in my inventory, I've probably got like a solid 10,000 plus. And that's just from like a week. All to say, if you care about getting, and the thing is for me is like there's a lot of mounts and stuff. Like I've got the Sabotender and a lot of the mounts that I wanted. But if you want to get all the things in there, every little MGP helps. Didn't say don't do it. Yeah, literally I have at least 4 sitting in my bags right now. Yeah. More just that, more to your point that it's not like you turn the, it's not like Des was throwing away like 10,000 per card or something. Just saying it gets annoying for sure. Wish it was easier. Well, have you done the teleportation thing that Beam was talking about? Because it's very quick. Yeah, and do the challenge log for Gold Saucer. Yes. So let's go, just thinking about Cerulean, right? We look at, that's coming into the wall. The Sil'dih Subterrane is entered in through Central Hydaelyn. If we look about it geographically, it's roughly around here. Oh, is there? Oh, interesting. There's actually a dungeon icon there. But if we're roughly, if we follow it, depending, if we are headed north, we should be roughly still below Central Hydaelyn-ish. So having that lead into Northern Hydaelyn isn't the craziest thing. or having a pipe leading into Northern Thanling, because the Cerulean Glens isn't not that far away. I think what Ben meant, I doubt I have it. Well, we'll find out, because actually, you know, literally it'll take you 5 seconds to unlock if you just, like, talk to someone in the Gold Saucer, and then you can immediately port to the Gold Saucer for free anywhere you are. Well, port to the trade room. I mean, with how many I've discarded, I wouldn't be surprised. Has anybody here watched Chris from Work to Games video on recently? I've forgotten a bit, but like he broke down the timeline for likely patch releases. So I'm about, but like also speaking of, you should definitely check out Work from Chris Game, as well as Brian from Ginger Prime, and also their gaming, or sorry, and we're gaming kind of as well for Chris. As well as, you know, just a shout out to a lot of other content creators like Synodic Scribe, Stout Helm, you know, a lot of tons of and tons of other people besides that. You should definitely all go check out. But what I was gonna say is, like, if we look at the cadence of like when we get patch 5.5 or like 5.5, right? Historically, there's like gonna be like 5 or 6 months between the final patch for 6.x and 7.0, and I'm curious, do you guys enjoy the lull of content where for a time you can either go do something else and not worry about it before the like real like crazy release of a 0.0, or are you just like, fuck? Just hit me in the, look at that tank privilege, just hit me in the face, it's cool. I told you guys, I warned you guys, invuln each time. I'm not even face taking, I'm using it hollow ground. I realize it's still tank priv, but like, I'm being tactical with my privilege. What do you want from me? I enjoyed the 5.5 to 6.0 content drought. I could do it again. But you wouldn't describe it as enduring. Like, you wouldn't describe it as like a nice reprieve. Like, it's interesting because someone like me, right, it gives me time to like work on the backlog of all the projects for 14 that like all the like videos and stuff I've wanted to do that aren't necessarily like hugely you know, that aren't topical, that aren't super topical. So like for me, it's gonna be kind of nice. I enjoy the lull, lets me catch up on anything I may have missed or do the other things. Yeah, exactly. That tends to be my perspective on it. I love the idea of giving us time with WoW. It felt like I was falling behind if I wasn't grinding daily, but 14, it feels like I can enjoy it, stop and smell the flowers, if you will. Yeah. I broadly am of the same sentiments. I know other people, I have other people in my life who get more annoyed by it. I mean, like, another good example, right, is, like, it gives you time to, if you want to do something like catch up on all the tribes, or, you know, not that you can't already do that very easily now, but you have, like, a period of time in which you could catch up on every single tribe in just that one stretch. Let alone all the other things you might want to do. I wish they'd release at 0.55, like, 2 weeks before the X-Pack and have a lull earlier on. Yeah, you know, Jay, the interesting thing about that, though, right, is how much 0.5 leads into 0.55. Like, almost, you really, in some ways, could just make 5.5 a part of 5. And so I feel like if you, like, did too much of a big branch, though, between 4 and 5, that would also be a problem. But I wish, yeah, I feel you on that, too. Desk got the table! Now you know my curse. A bit of both, depending on my mood for the time. At times I like doing other things, and then there's like, more MSQ, please. I mean, to be fair, we're all, I think all of us, regardless of, you know, our temperaments to an extent, are all like, more MSQ, please, every second of every day. There's a real fucking depressive low that arrives when you first get caught up in MSQ, that's for sure. Every sprout must go through it. Yep. Slight possibility of third ultimate during the gap, but not going to attempt it. Yeah, yeah, that would make sense. That they would do. You know, I wonder though, part though that like that gap is really got to be partly all hands on deck for trying to finish the expansion as well. So like I'm torn on wanting that versus being like understanding if it didn't exist. You know, because that means more people that working on fight design and also ultimates for the next expansion. But yeah. That's that first smack up to be continued. Remember, biggest first. Whoever wants to do numbers is welcome to do numbers because that was really appreciated. And try to avoid AoEs. Except for me, because I'm trying to draw aggro right now. Y'all got any more of that MSQ? You know what I mean? Like, I need to smack my aim, Eric. I need me a Graha moment. Come on. Come on. I need Crowd to be cute for me. Hit me in my emotions, goddammit! You just start making friends with people who to punch you in the face so that you can get at least the feeling of, or punch you in the gut so you can get that gut punch feeling. Yeah, it feels like death when you're caught up, like you lost your dog. Well, it's like, when you first start playing, right, it's a constant companion. It's that constant thing that you're always sitting with up until all of a sudden it's gone. You know, it's been there. It's been like and then without it, you know, there's that moment where you have to like come up with new, like, what are you going to seek out now? All right, duh. How long is our new girl's nap gonna be? Yeah. Yeah, but it was like, cool, I completed the MSQ. Oh god, I completed the MSQ. Yeah. Absolutely. Honestly, it's funny though. It's been longer now. I've played the game longer now having been caught up than not. So it's, yeah, we do pick up the incense. Pick up the incense quickly. Once you reach the coffin. Yeah, then kill the wraiths and revenants. Pick up the incense quickly. Yeah, we just need to pause. And I did. I thought for sure I did last time. Well, either way, we'll find out this time. But if it did, I mean, hey, that's an easy solve for what went wrong. Graha, when Squeenix? God damn it, Graha! God damn it, Squeenix, when does we get more Graha? And, I mean, he's part of Agalea, so and he's basically kind of like the Y'shtola for Alexander of Agalea, so I would suspect you're definitely going to get more of him in 6.3, if not for sure more of him also in the story. Because I wouldn't be surprised if we cut a little bit to focusing on maybe Crowd, Graha, or Alfino and Alice. Sweet. Thanks, Molt. Okay. And the order is... also, just in case, make sure to target it. The order is... Bow. Respect. Oh, make sure not to do different ones in between. If you're doing a different ones in between, you're going to reset it. V pose. Kneel. And a 1 and 2 and a 1, 2, 3. Well, this looks different, so that bodes well. Oh, that's not good. Well, maybe I'll just do this solo later. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it solo. Maybe I'll go do solo afterwards, and then we'll do ass. I assume that the problem may be that we didn't all do it, and that someone switched up to a different emo or something. You want to be far away from the lighthouse. Yeah. I know it's not literally a lighthouse, but that's what it looks like to me. I like watching this show that's been out for a while and catch up and have to wait on new episodes. It's like, yeah, absolutely roasted. That is exactly what it's like. Yeah, but every new expect, I get that letdown. Haha. I ran out of drugs or something. Yeah. You know, what's the only real solution to that is to not play 14 for like a couple years and just let it build up. But then again, I mean, you're still gonna catch up eventually. I just discovered today that he reacted to the Crystal Exarch minion after Shadowbringers. Does he? That's hilarious. I just discovered that right now. When you see 2 points connected like that, they're gonna swap out the orb. They're gonna swap whatever's in the. So that one's always, you want to get as far away as possible because it's going to drag you towards it. Yeah, I how it is in groups. What do those emotes do? If you do it right, you get another room for the boss. Yeah, so I'll solo it after this, and then we will switch over to Ass. 2 years without 14? Blasphemy. Shun the non-believer. Look, I'm just saying, if you want that hard hit of like a double MSQ smacking, you know, that's your only option, other than hitting your head real hard and trying to forget the entire MSQ. I mean, though, to be fair, like, a lot of people forget a lot of the details in the MSQ, so there's a lot of value in just replaying it anyways. Ass on YouTube? Will they even allow it? I mean, like, look. Like, I'm ready to go. What do you want? Yeah, I knew Game Plus a lot. I wish I was less, like, thrown off. Like, my thing is that there's so many other things I want to do in the game, like get mounts and stuff, that it's hard for me to justify spending the time on that, which is why I really love doing the streams with you guys, because it makes it feel like so much more rewarding, because I feel like I can play New Game Plus and I'm focused on learning it, but I'm also discussing it with other people at the same time. If there's one story I could forget and replay from the start, it'd be 14. Is that true for me? I don't know that may be true for me. I think because I like 14, I like the fact that I like my appreciation for 14 story is ever deepening the more I engage with it. And like I still cry when I hear ultimate, you know, close resistance and stuff like that. I think for me, it would have to be a different game. There are a couple other games that like the surprise is so much the point. Oh, I really need to think about it. That's a fun conversation though. And I take my time with it. Yeah. Although, to be fair, I feel like if you don't know to value the story ahead of time, I think if you didn't know the story, you'd struggle with ARR all over again and like feel like you had to catch up. At least I've seen that happen with others. So, you know, I mean, not that they've forgotten it, but like I feel like struggling, like feeling like, especially with how people talk about Shadowbringers, I think that's another problem, is that people hype up Shadowbringers so much that people then, that when they haven't gotten to Shadowbringers yet, are like, you know, like, oh, I gotta get Shadowbringers. I don't even think it's just about ARR being a struggle or what have you. Yeah, true. ARR was a bit of a struggle. Yeah, for me it was Shadowbringer Plus only. Don't make me replay Stormblood. Well, don't worry. You're gonna forcibly be made to watch Stormblood anyways, Jubilant, because you are a mod, and I am going to be streaming it very, very soon. So, yes, you're stuck. You're gonna experience it whether you like it or not. Also, to be fair, Jubilant, you did like completely mix like. It may be really worth rewatching at some point because like some of the most major plot points you were unsure of where they were in the story. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think one of my biggest mistakes I feel I made in 14 is that I skipped so many cutscenes and story beats in AR and a lot of Heaven's Word. Yeah, Ender, I think you and a lot of other people struggle with it. I know. That's why I appreciate the second POV as long as I don't have to play it. There you go. Hey, happy mediums. Okay, you guys can all group up if you want to do a Sil'dih thing first. I'm gonna go ahead and do quickly another Triad card. Well, there you go, more MVGP. Oh, first let's show that. So first, Gold Saucer. So you can go to the invitation parlor. You just press, oh, here, I gotta leave the party. Well, that actually works pretty well. Here, I'll actually just leave, so that way you guys won't be disbanded. So if you go to the invitation parlor, I believe. So you just press commence. Oop. Oh, that was the wrong button. Well, I'm gonna just... I meant battle parlor, not invitation parlor. So I'm gonna talk to you guys for a minute. I agree, Roasted. I think one of my biggest mistakes I feel in 14 was I skipped so many cutscene story beats in ARR, a lot of Heaven's Word. I struggled with ARR, and like, I wasn't like fully skipping scenes a lot, but I was like, there was a lot of dialogue like zooming through the first time I went through it, and now I do this channel, so like, let that speak for itself. I think going through the game fresh, just never playing it might be rough. The early levels are rough. I get why they are the way they are, but ugh. Yeah, and they've been improving. And I vehemently think if they could implement one solution for ARR at this point is if they went back and added more voice and revoiced. I do think that would solve, not all of it. I think that would add a lot and make it a lot better to get through. Oh, do I have the gold saucer in Duty Finder? I never noticed that. Yeah. I started back in like 2.x something and skipped so much trying to catch up. Oh, so Ender, you've been around a long time. So nice. Yeah, I started back. I mean, the nice part about New Game Plus is you can re-engage with it. Yeah, but there's a difference between the first time you've engaged on that journey. I mean, like, one of the bitter tragedies of A Realm Reborn after we were replaying through it for the stream and stuff is just, like, how much better A Realm Reborn is a second time through after having played everything, you know, all through Endwalker. Not just because you know where things are going to go, but because you, like, understand where to apply your focus. Like, you understand the relevance. Oh, it's still going to make me play. Okay, well. I wonder if I just like log out, will it make me not have to? Welcome to the Triple Triad stream, apparently. That's not a good corner. And I want to be able to, yeah. Wow, bad design, can't exit that. Yeah. Well, I think it's because it's throwing you right into the invitational parlor. Yeah. Gold Saucer is all over Duty Finder. You can also do the Chocobo races, Lord of Verminion, and Mahjong. Mahjong is the only one that I actually don't enjoy. Not because I think it's bad, it's just not one of the ones that I enjoy more of. Do we play defensive? Let's see what they do. Amione. Ooh, we could do a protective. Yeah, let's. Okay, cool. They wasted that. That works well for us. How do we want to play it? Let's definitely do, yeah. Let's grab the A. Okay, that's an easy solve. We definitely want to grab that. And then hopefully we'll play to grab the Gubu. Yes. Kamar, good to see you. Glad to have you. I remember 2 classes. It wasn't so bad. I'm glad it's not that system anymore. I'm trying to think about how to phrase that. I think you can still abandon from queue list. Can you? Well, I can't activate any. I can't. Like, none of my queues or anything will. But let me try that, Kadao, because if you're right. Join our YouTube channel for the low price of not much a month. You get custom emojis, special badges, and the warm fuzzy feeling of supporting your favorite archivists. Thank you, Ray Ray. Let's play that out again. Kamar, I totally agree. And to be honest, I kind of missed it when I went that way. I totally understand them wanting to do away with it. Yeah, I find that system less engaging because of how much it feels more like false choice and false Yeah, here's what I'd actually rather have. As someone who didn't ever witness a ton of it, if people who liked it, if you could like try to like communicate what you liked about it, I'd appreciate it so that I could try to better understand. I mean, click on the Triple Triad invitation parlor on the right. Oh. Let me try that. I mean, I'm almost done anyways, but fuck it. I meant to go to the invitational parlor. I didn't realize it would throw me straight into a match. Man, gut winch of the 3 of diamonds is not doing well. Being an alcoholic means never running out of MSQ. Yeah, because I can't click on it and engage in it in any way. When the game was new, it gave me an idea of other classes and possibilities. Yeah, I guess coming from like WoW, Guild Wars 2, and a lot of other MMO design, for me, it was like open opportunity to try to, like, to me, I find it more, I prefer like, give me a thing to master. This is also like broadly something that I like in one-player game, single-player games, single-player games. And that experimentation element to it, I find I much more enjoy and am more inspired to try to engage with different jobs and with the system as it is now because of different roles and being able to like just focus on that job rather than like mixing and matching when there's, you know, ultimately there's one optimal, there's always like one optimal choice. Ooh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good. You know what? I'm gonna lose it, but that doesn't matter as long as I take double. My OG account from 2013, I remember all this stuff having to level multiple jobs for skills. Yeah. I remember, I think you can still abandon queue. Whoopsie. Yeah, how I remember playing. Gold saucer. Yeah, so many ports. Sorry, I missed this Black Flame. So many important bits of ARR are pretty slow or boring. Moments cause it just so much exposition, flashbacks, lore dumps. Well, and you know what? The thing is that if you actually compare the amount of exposition and stuff, though, that happens in Shadowbringers has more. Like, it doesn't feel like it does because Shadowbringers is so propulsive and you're so intrigued by so much of it and you give a shit about the characters more at that point. And it's just, like, better voice acted and, yeah, so Battle Hall is what I meant to do. So you take you to the battle hall, and then you go to, I believe, Triple Triad Trader. Sell trial cards for MGP, and you can get. Yeah. So I also, Jubilant, I was wrong because I was thinking the 5,000 ones are particularly rare. You are right. I was thinking more about the 1,500 ones. So yeah. You can get a good chunk of change that way, and then all you have to do is press leave. And voila. Very quick. Okay. No, I don't want to enable matchmaking. Do I need the healing spell? Probably. Well, I don't know if well, I definitely don't need the raise, so I'll just take variant. Let's see how this goes. For me, the problem with AR is I read everything, but I never played 1.0, so I felt like Warrior of Light was amnesia. Well, the thing is that your Warrior of Light doesn't, like, canonically, if you didn't play 1.0, it doesn't necessarily have to be the Warrior of Light from 1.0. Because they like, allow it to, like, there's room for it to be either way. So it's less like you emphatically had to have been that person. But, probably were. I mean, it's open to... But the other thing, though, it's like part of the thing that slows down A Realm Reborn is how much world building it has to do for the events of 1.0 as well as explaining 2.0. Yeah. Ham time. Yeah, well, actually, no, it's more and more a mulch time. Unless you're talking about you. You go to the gold saucer, that is. There's also a card trader next to the mini Cactopop vendor. Yes, but this started when we were talking about going to them. And people were like, I don't want to have to go all the way to the gold saucer just to sell them. And what we were trying to explain is that there's actually a quick way to do it. But yes, there is also that. I can't use that account because I cannot put an authentication code on it because I had to them remove it. So you never lose your removal code. Yes. Never create codes that are one time and of fundamental importance and then lose them. Also, if you do the correct ending, go to Ul'dah afterwards. Please don't reveal things for me. I like to, like, if I decide, like, I'm gonna do the 12th, that's fine, but I like to, like, discover stuff. Like, I'm probably, if we're gonna, well, do we have time? Yeah, we have time. If we do Sil'dih and stuff, I'm probably gonna use a guide at this point, because I feel like I understood all of her mechanics, and so, like, I figured that out, but the next guys afterwards, I may want to blind prog as well. So just... Because here's the thing. If you just search every solution for everything, you never get the, like, magic of, like, discovery. And I kind of enjoy that. May I ask what you're going off of for the paths info? Yes, you may. Let me go ahead and pop it in the chat for those of you who want it. There is a Reddit post that is particularly... The paths I don't mind, because I just, I feel like I played around with them, I understood them, and I actually cared more to have the lore right now from the notes than I do to do the discovery on that end. But, like the following stuff. Like, I don't feel bad. I mean, obviously, there seems to have been a note somewhere that I still haven't found. But, like, I don't feel bad that I didn't necessarily figure out and put together what we were supposed to do for Path 12. Because I may have not, like, that would have taken me forever. Same, but doing Boss's Blind is more entertaining. Yeah, Boss's Blind is definitely the one that I probably get more entertainment of. Because figuring out is easier for is very... It's not easy. It's, like, just more natural. Like when we were doing Sil'dih for the... when we were doing Ass last week, or maybe this week. When was it? This week, right? I really like it. Just like putting together what you were supposed to do. Probably not the optimal version, obviously. I bet you like, but what was going on and what to do in response made sense. If you enjoyed the stream and aren't already a member of our Discord, why not come and join us? Yes, definitely come join the Discord if you'd like to be, talk to me or the, many of the other people about lore, 14 in general, or other fun stuff. Or if you just want people to play with. On top of that, if you want to be notified for when stuff is going live or like new videos and the like, it is also useful for that. I'd rather read it and do it rather than watch it for this. Yeah? For watching a guide, that is. Yeah. I definitely... It's interesting at what points I prefer to, like, read versus at what points I prefer to watch something. Like, guides a lot of times, I want to be able to see what the ability visually looks like. Oh, that's a GCD? Okay, yeah, I won't worry about using that then. I looked up the paths too after doing the same boss like 6 times. Yeah, Quimar, that's exactly what happened with me. That was the point at which I was like, okay, yeah, I'm good. At this point, I'm not figuring out anything new and it's not as fun anymore. Speaking of, does anyone need the Graha emote? I probably have almost enough for 2 now, and I already have one. So, like, if anyone needs a Graha emote, let me know and I'll grab you one. So far, I've only tried one path solo and had a not great time with the boss you're on right now. I need to go back in and get serious about it. Yeah, I mean, the thing is that as much as like there's a slight modulation in his abilities, a lot of the fundamental premises and principles are pretty straightforward. I mean, the other thing is like you can remember if you're struggling, there are some classes that probably are gonna have an easier time than others. So for instance, Paladin, I have got a fuck ton of sustain and mitigation, but also a decent amount of damage output. You need one? Willow, you need one. How do you need one? You've done this so many times. You know that you can get it for the, like, from the items you get from this, right? Haha, no one here is to give me shit about tank privilege now. Does your main need it on, or your raw? Oh, I see. If you're patient, you'll get it perfect. Yeah. That's the thing that I like, is that as much as like there's a lot of mechanics to learn potentially for this, they're not super hard, which means that they're really well built for if you're patient and you can pick them up and figure it out. Oh, my Raha though. Okay, yeah, I'll pick up one and pass it to you. That makes more sense then. Which thing? Oh, the Raha. I probably shouldn't have walked over it. I could have walked to the side. How's health doing? Oh, I'm gonna be fine because I will get into Requiescat. If you do one more run, I can get another emote book as well. Nice. I do want to get at least one, try to get one Sil'dih down today. So we'll probably watch the Hector guide, and we'll watch it together, and then we'll like try to do the. So we got me, V, Jade, and Dest. Dest, you may want to bring. Well, I guess maybe you want to bring Bard so that you don't have to worry about range. I was gonna say like maybe Samurai makes more sense, but actually that's not necessarily true. Ah, fuck it. Nanamo just straight teleported over there. Don't we need to have specific roles? Yeah, I mean we do need to have deep, but I'm a tank, Jubilant's healer, so that already solved that problem. Ranged and melee. Do we need to have ranged and melee? I thought it was just you need to have 2 DPS, 1 tank, 1 healer. I thought it was dungeon rules. Willow's comfy. Yeah, if you enjoy the stream and you aren't a member of our Discord, why not? Oh yeah, right, just put that out. Oh, that's not good. I'm gonna hit with that. Hey guys, guess who just showed up? Deadpool. You wanna come here? You wanna come here? Wanna say hi to everyone? 1, 2, 3, star. I don't have any stuff for you down here, bud. Your stuff's upstairs. You a furry baby? Hey. Would you like to get down? Yeah. Here you go. Good job. One second. Let me. I want to message my roommate to grab him some cookies. Okay. Let us continue on. Yeah, he is a sweetest boy. He's a very good boy. What's even hurting them? I didn't do any AoEs. Oh, no, I did. I did my XXVI and Circles one. Was Kokoshu ever mentioned before in game?
Kokushu. Why is my brain breaking? Someone help me. Well, you know, actually, we have an easy way to look that up. Oh, right, Kokushu from the new Handmaiden. I don't think so. Not that I know of. However, I will go check. I'll check Garland and see if we can find an in-file representation of her or anything. Because I don't think she shows up in like a little. Does she show up in a Little Ladies' Day maybe? I'll check. Also, Kenos, good to see you, glad to have you. Let's find out together. Garland tools. Nope, she's literally never existed in the game until for Coin of Country and Comrades, which, yeah. Which is in the Key to the Past, yeah. Which is, I think, the quest that Black Flame was hinting at. Thought it was interesting that Anima has a living relative as all. Is she a relative? I thought she was a. I don't think she was a relative. I thought she was a. She's a hired stand-alone lookalike. That looks very similar, but I don't think it's her blood relative, unless that's in the quest at the end. In which case, I haven't finished. I haven't gotten there, so I don't know. And as for her having a living relative, it's not the craziest thing. It also depends on, like, if we're talking about the Sil'dihn line or, you know, the line of Ull. We'll see. Bow. Respect. V-pose. Now I'm worried. Kneel. I'm gonna try to do that again slower. Actually, I'm gonna get closer. Bow. Respect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. V pose. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. See if that worked. It's supposed to go slower than that? No, I didn't grab the incense. That's what it... Well, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna abandon. I'm gonna come back later off stream. Let's go ahead and do ass. No one told me that she alerts you before you click. Invite party. Jade. And Dust. Don't you hate it when you're not with respect range and have to redo it? Social interactions are hard. Do you guys want to be in voice for this? So that way we can do callouts and stuff? And here, let me pop open the Silky Guide. No, I know she had dialogue, but everyone said that she had dialogue. My assumption was the dialogue appeared after you opened up the thing. Right, I know, I heard you guys say that she had dialogue.
But my assumption was you weren't going to find out whether you did it correctly, whether until you click on the thing. Display capture. There we go. Okay. Let's turn off game audio so we can...
Hi guys, welcome to a Hector lecture guide to the...
And this is Hector lecture, this is Hector, Hectorson, Hector Lectures guides, who does great guides.
First boss of the new Criterion dungeon, another Sil'dihn Subterrane. This is Sil'dih. The only positions you need to pre-agree for this fight are basic spread positions. These should be on cardinals. It doesn't matter who's where, but the tank should probably be north just as standard. You also should be aware of the following basic mechanics that will occur throughout the entire fight. Anytime Sil'dih's tail is green or arrow, this is going to be a donut-shaped attack. Be warned, this in, or donut, or dynamo, whatever you want to call it, is smaller than the boss's hitbox. It aligns about with the boss's inner hitbox, so be careful that you don't get clipped. Anytime that Sil'dih's tail turns blue and icy, this is a plus-shaped attack.
Gemini, good to see you, glad to have you.
Sil'dih's tail is yellow or electric, this is going to be an X-shaped attack. These are all based off of where Sil'dih is facing, so if Sil'dih is facing a different direction, they're obviously not going to hit in the same spots. Another version of these come with a line stack. This is the slippery soap version of this. If you get the green line stack version, everybody should stack in front of that player, but be aware that this comes with a knockback, followed by the donuts. This can be immune if you'd like. If instead you get the slippery slope line stack with the ice element attached, everybody needs to stack in front of the affected player, but needs to stay moving to avoid a deep freeze that causes heavy damage and will likely kill the players. An easy way to approach this is to just have all your players jumping while waiting for this to go off. You just need to be moving the second the cast bar finishes.
I find it easier just to be still in motion.
Flesh-shaped AoE that will come out afterwards. Finally, if Sil'dih's tail goes yellow and electric, the line stack variant of this, everybody should stack in front of the player, but very near to the boss. Everybody's going to get a debuff that causes them to explode in a small electric AoE afterwards, so we just need to spread while we dodge the X attack afterwards. This is what those spread positions at the beginning were for. As long as you go to separate spots, this is very easy to dodge each other. The fight begins with the boss casting Fizzling Suds. This just makes their toss...
And Jade and Dest, we're going to be playing this the same way. So I'll be north, V will be south, Dest, you're going to be melee, so you're going to be the D, and then Jade will be the B.
Shortly afterwards, they cast Soaps up, and they use the electric to explode in an X-shaped attack. As long as you're not an Enter Cardinals for the start of this fight, there's no mechanic. Dust Bluster is a knockback that's centered on the middle of the arena. You can just knockback immune this, or ride the knockback, preferably diagonally to avoid any chance of going into the wall and picking up a dot. Then we get the boss's...
Dest likes getting the D, you heard it here.
Anytime they cast this, you get little mops that fall onto the floor. 3 of them will fall, and they each have an element. You can ignore this for now. The boss will cast Bracing Suds and make its tail green.
Then swap one
the
of them.
boss for Squeaky Clean. In Squeaky Clean, the boss is going to do 2 hits in
Sloppy!
Followed by a 3rd hit that hits to either their left or right side. All you need to do is look at...
Guys, on Monday is the sloppy stream.
Its body onto first.
Just a reminder.
In this case, the boss has flopped its body onto the right side, so the whole party is going to dodge right. As the boss is doing its little sweep attacks, this will change any of the mops it hits to the green element. As a result, 2 of the mops will always become green.
Yeah, we figured out how to deal with this.
If you ever have 2 donuts go off at the same time, it's essentially guaranteed you'll get hit by one, so we need to change one of these to not be green. To figure out which one, look at the remaining mop. In this case, it's yellow. Think about the attack that's going to give off.
Yes, you can be Max Degen Willow.
This attack is going to be aiming at one of the 2 green mops. Whichever one it's aiming at, that's the one we do our next mechanic towards. So in this case, it's the northern mop. Every player should move over in that direction. The boss casts Chilling Suds and turns its tail icy, blue. Immediately afterwards, you get Slippery Soap, the boss, and all... Make sure
we already know how to do this.
Mop. It's quite simple. Eventually, move over towards the green mop. Done. And finally, don't forget to dodge the flesh-shaped AoE.
Yep.
If you've done this all correct, this next bit's quite simple. Eventually, move over towards the green mop. The tank is going to get targeted with Carpet Beater, which is a tank buster. Mitigate this and also make sure that you move the boss over to the green so that everybody can keep uptime while we're waiting for the green mop to explode.
Yeah. Ah, I see it. Melee's keeping uptime. That's what that was.
Hitbox on top of all three. Total Wash is a hard-hitting raid wide that comes with a pretty spicy bleed. You shielding the bleed or later.
We know how to deal with
Racing
that.
Suds turning its tail green. The reason I show you these AoEs, they don't go off for a very long time, but they give us an idea of where the safe spot will be for this next mechanic, either in the corner for blue or in the middle for green. This next mechanic is probably the hardest one in the fight, so I'm going to show you all 4 possibilities, starting with the easier ones.
Interesting, Jade.
There's Bracing Suds, and the boss turns its tail green. Fresh Puff spawns 4 new mobs. 2 will always be blue, 2 will always be yellow, and the blues will always be opposite each other, as will the yellows. These can either all spawn on cardinals, or an intercardinals.
Or intercardinals, yeah.
However they spawn, here's how they work. They will start to tether each to a random player.
Yep. How does he
Let me
have them
break this
dealt
down
with?
with just one player. In the direction of that player, a set distance. Because the distance they jump is always exactly the same, if you stand right next to the mop will just leapfrog over you, and you don't have to worry about dodging this little AoE at the end. After some time passes, the boss is going to set off all of the mops, and they explode based on where they've landed. Now, one thing that makes this tricky is the mops turn to face whichever direction you send them. If you send them a cardinal direction, so up, down, rotate, and therefore their AoE goes off, send them diagonally to avoid it. For the green
how do you
pattern,
deal with
where
it?
The boss's tail is green. The general idea is this. You want to make sure that all of your yellows end up on cardinals and all your blues end up in corners. However you want to accomplish this.
This is literally, exactly how I came up to it.
Yep. The simplest way to keep the middle empty and free. So if they happen to spawn on cardinals, your yellow players already have orbs on cardinals, so they just send them directly out towards the edge.
So if you have yellow, so this is exactly what we had last time. If if they're on cardinals, you want to go whatever your one is to the outside edge of it. I guess technically blue, it shouldn't matter if they go the same direction. He has them showing that the blues go 2 different directions, but technically it doesn't matter if the blue go both one or the other.
Your blue players aim them towards any of the near corners. It doesn't matter which one. As soon as they've been sent, stack up in the middle, the boss casts Soaping Spree, and everything goes off at once, including the boss's donuts. If instead it's green, but the orbs spawn on the intercardinals. Blues, they're already in the corner, so you want to keep them in the corner. However, don't send them diagonally. That'll rotate the blue AoE, and it'll go straight through middle and kill everyone. Instead, just send it out to the edge, but vertically or horizontally.
So, same idea as blue. Just want to make sure. You always want to make sure the blues end up at the corners, yellows end up in the cardinals. It's that simple. So you just got to look at what color you have and apply that.
Send it to their nearest cardinal. Once again.
And then basically the last mechanic really, I mean, there are more mechanics, but then there's like, you're going to find...
blue instead.
So, yeah.
Now, if the tail is blue instead, this means that we need to keep at least one corner safe. There are, again, lots of different ways to approach this. I'm just showing one possibility that I found in...
Oh, yeah, Des, this is effectively a savage level fight for 4 people.
If they spawn on intercardinals, you want to send everything directly out diagonally.
Yep.
What this will do is it'll mean that the corners near to the yellow orbs are always going to be safe.
And this is, I think, what V or one of you guys pitched last time.
So 1 and 3 squares are going to be safe at the end. All 4 of these AoEs are going to be rotated, but they happen to rotate perfectly to make sure that 1 and 3 are safe. If the yellow orbs had been on 2 and 4 instead, 2 and 4 would have been the safe spot. It's always in front of the yellow orbs for this. If instead they spawn on cardinals, my preferred method is to have blues just send their orbs directly out, while yellows send theirs...
Okay, we're going to pause here, because we're going to see if we can get to that before, and then we'll try. Okay. And then we'll go from there, because otherwise we're just going to overwhelm ourselves. Like P8S Bis? Yep. Yes. Well, I mean, P8S, when someone says Bis, it means Bis, right? Like, Bis means best in slot, so it's always going to be whatever the absolute best thing in the game is. That's a very clear gun. Yeah, so I like 3D rather than 2D a lot of times, so a lot of times, like, Mistech just works better for how I, or, like, Mr. Happy tend to work better for, like, how I think, but he makes phenomenal guys that are very clear for most people.
Yeah, also, mobs are going to be spicy. I'm hopping in voice for if people want to. What's his name? It is Hector Hectorson. Hector Guides, I believe. Yeah, no worries. Hector Lectures. That's what it is. Hector Lectures. Thank you, Jade. This is going to be spicy from the get-go. Out of in front of him. So creeping Ivy is you got to move away from him out of his front. It's going to be a conal attack. And he aims at a random party member. So if he turns around, he's going to be aiming at you guys. Can I pull her without pulling the other guys? Let's find out. Yeah. She's pretty easy to dodge. This should be okay. Is that the AoE one donut? Yeah. Oh, man, okay, man, we're good. So this one, he's got to watch what head is going off. The little guys are just going to do random AoEs, but the main guys, yeah, it's just about what a head is saying that it's going to attack. Oh, fuck. I fucked that up. I had it flipped. I was looking at my right rather than his right. Did it again. I was just doing A11S with some friends, and so I got used into the habit of looking at the wrong side. Gotta get back into the main tank habit. Spicy stream, indeed, Gemini. How you doing? How's everybody going? Sorry to make you watch guides for a hot second there. So this guy, the acorn's the main thing you're gonna watch out for. Ah, fuck, I forget which one Arboreal Storm is. Ah, that's just the normal attack.
Why are you running off with them? I don't understand.
Because other than deaths, most of us are ranged, and we're gonna have to get here anyways.
It's like 3 feet away. I don't know.
I just like being there when it goes down.
I have to cast. I have casting times.
I'm in.
It's all right.
What's the just
all right.
GCDs?
It's just weird.
I wasn't thinking it mattered much, so I just thought I might as well head over there. Okay.
Y'all got food, right? Food check.
Yep. It'd be. I think it's the midline. Let me look at the guide real quick. Yeah, it's no. Okay, so it's actually not in the midpoint. It's a little bit to the side. Okay. It is. Is it during? Let me just put that throw up on the other screen. It is
Oh, it's actually one down because it's Silky in the middle. Don't forget that you can cancel casting your res, it gets consumed anyways. That is good to know. And then, or actually, that should be D. Can I get Silky in there? I guess I know that. I just know that I need to get there as A. And then we do 1, which is in the bottom corner of that. 2, 3, G. And I will hear no otherwise. Okay. So, Des, do you feel good? Do you feel like you have a sense at least sort of how we're starting, or is it we're gonna do we need to wing this a little bit?
I've got it. I've got an idea of how to do it, but it's just gonna take a few times for me to see it to have it actually click.
Okay.
And to get my reaction time down.
Cool. That's totally fine. Let me. Jess, you're on right. You're on B.
Green line stack
I
version.
thought I was on D.
Are you on D? Okay. Then Des, you're on D. Then Jade, you're on B. Okay. Cool. Let's go ahead and food up and get started. Pulling up chat. I believe. Thank you, Jellybean. Professor, good to see you. Glad to have you. Riveting gameplay here, Elio. Truly amazing. Putting stuff together. So it takes time. You can't just like throw yourself into content that's difficult content. Oh, I don't know why I went into Cardinal. Apparently my brain stopped working. I decided to focus on where the attack was going rather than... Okay, one that we're gonna want to strike is A. One that's north. That's the one where we want the chilling studs to go. You can preparatorily get in place. Des.
Where am I
You gotta be
going?
north. Wrong one.
Sorry.
We needed to go north because we needed to change this one, otherwise we're gonna get a double arrow. And because that ice is gonna go off. Or sorry, I'm wrong. It's we need to go to Jade was right. We need to go to the bottom one to switch that to ice so that we can go to the north one. Yeah, Jade's 3. Yeah. But if you have the stack marker, you need to at least go to one of them. You have to go on top of the little floof. Because the bottom one was ice, and so we need to change one of the arrows. If we change the bottom arrow to also ice, it then will go north and east, west, south. But then we can all stand on the northernmost arrow. Oh, these dungeons ain't no joke. E-Machine, good to see you. Glad to have you. And no, they are not. Yeah. Let me try pulling her back a little bit, yeah. But so also after she does the sweep, you can go preparatorily start to get into place. You don't have to wait till someone has the marker on them to start moving. In fact, you really shouldn't because you don't have enough time. So now you can get behind her because she's going to start to do suds afterwards. Okay, which color is her tail? Chilling. So you want to get onto 3 if you have it.
Remember to keep moving, and then prepare to like dodge out of to the cardinals of it. Boss relative. I need to get her back in the middle. That's gonna be the AoE, or the Ray Wide. Come on. Come on. Move, you fucking rat. Okay. Intercardinals. So yellows, you want... Oh, that was way too tight. Already into Savage? No, this is regular Yukio. This isn't Savage.
What the fuck, dude?
That's a put. So that one is you get her to go Cardinal, Intercardinal, and then we have her. We all get pushed back if you're in the line of it. You don't technically have to. You don't want to be pushed. You want to be pushed into one of the corners. Otherwise, we'll be knocked out of the arena.
There was no other special mechanic to that, right? We just don't want to be knocked out of the arena. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, this is just the first boss of regular. This isn't Savage. Savage is worse. But hey, this is phase 3, right? So this is when she transforms one of the. We get knocked back and there's a donut. Yes. Sorry. If you're standing in the knockback, you're basically already on the way to being.
What's safe here then?
Depends. So like right now it would be.
That was odd.
East-west of Palm. Yeah. Oh, duh. Right.
Huh?
So you, would be like over here because there'd be.
Yeah.
Because the ice wouldn't go far enough. Yeah. Yeah, but so Jade's right. The one thing that is important is that we do get knocked back on it, but there's the arrow afterwards. So you want to make sure that even if we're not on top of each other, you want to like start coming together. If it's Electro Ice, dodge to the left or right of Electro. Yes, yeah. If it's double ice, dodge the ice. Yeah. If it's double Electro, go north, south, or both. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, everyone good?
No. Well, I mean,
Okay.
I need mana.
Right, I meant just like in terms of understanding.
Oh, yes.
Cool. Dang, it definitely jumps in difficulty than a lot from the first. Yeah. I mean, people were complaining. They wanted difficult dungeon content, and they decided to deliver. This is effectively what Savage Dungeons would look like.
Test. Gotta stop getting hit by that.
Man, I don't know what happened that time.
It's electric. It's always intercardinals if it's electric.
Yeah. I think it clipped me because I was intercardinal.
No, it's intercardinal. The attack for electric is intercardinal.
Yeah, you want to be on the Cardinals. So just use True North or whatever the heck, because I think you're trying to get your directionals.
Okay, that's ice, so we want to transform 3 again. Remember to keep moving, and then you got to remember to dodge the ice attack. Dodge. Bring up Divine Veil for the bleed. Mitigation if you got it. Remember, yellow on cardinals. Well, I guess it depends on her tail, but. Oh fuck! I fucked that up. Get ready for. We're gonna need some mitigation for that lightning that's gonna hit us. Yeah. Okay, get together. And Cardinal, you wanted it on the corner. You're too close to the side edge. Yeah. Okay. No, stand. You gotta stand under her because that's an arrow attack. Look at her tail. If her tail's green, it means whenever she's gonna do that attack, if it's green, yellow, or blue, she's gonna do that elemental attack afterwards.
And somebody else get the res. I don't.
Yes, I can do it. On it. Got it.
Oh god, that
Casting.
hurts. Oh, that's
I got
so
you.
bad.
I can keep you up with clemency. Make sure to pay attention to which one's left over. I'm out of res, so one of you will have the res. Okay, it's ice, lightning, so we want to go to the left or right. Perfect. And then I have no idea because we never got past phase 3. Like, I know I saw the guide, but...
She's gonna turn them all, like, we want to turn them all blue, I think, and then hide in a corner.
Cool.
Okay, so I'm gonna... Oh, that's not gonna hit all the palms, but...
Get ready to move. Jade, if you can res V.
Yeah, sorry, I think your goal is to tank her, like, east or west.
Yeah, that was on me for not having her in position.
Yeah, it's
Rin, good to see you. Glad to have you. But we can definitely consistently get to phase 3, so we're definitely gonna learn that fast. It's going good. We're just trying to see if we can get a clear of Sil'dih tonight before stream ends. Didn't have res. Yeah, no worries, Jade. I thought I had heard Death say that they were resing, so I didn't. I thought you were the one person I thought might have it still. Cool down. Oh, actually, ignore that.
Time,
mana.
Please?
Yeah. No. I see the mana.
Let's go. So that was a second. Just to remember, the second bleed came right after. Which part again?
She did the arrow, so I think it's after the second dash she did.
Okay, after the
is when she did
dash.
wash away.
Ugh.
I don't know if she just always does a bleed AoE after every time she does a stack dash.
Yeah, maybe. Okay.
Is this a variant dungeon or something? This is Criterion, so yeah, this is the Criterion form. So it goes variant, which is the roots, the ones with like the 3 different roots, and then there's Criterion, which is effectively like a honestly normal Criterion is a savage form, and then savage Criterion, like savage ass, is like a whole nother thing. I haven't been on in 14 weeks because I had an overwhelming obsession with Legend of Zelda. I even bought a Switch so I could play. I mean, dude, Breath of the Wild is a good time, so I get it. Just one second, I just want to check the guide real quick. Puff 2, Puff 3 mops. Yeah, we got phase 3 just fine. We can adapt to that. Yeah, to pull her east or west, and then we try to drag her through. Yeah, okay, cool. Let's get done through that, and then we'll worry about it. Countdown 10. Fizzling. So stand in the cardinals. Do not stand in the intercardinals. Does she even have an enrage?
I have no idea. Apparently,
Jade
yes.
says yes. In normal? Like not savage, but like in normal. Test, okay. Which element we get? Chillin'. Yep. Man, we're getting 3 over and over again. Remember to keep moving, and then remember to move right after she attacks. Now.
Painting.
Sweet. Honestly, you don't have to feint for that. The better time to feint is once she goes into the wash away, which is the attack that'll come a little bit afterwards, because that's the bleed. So this one, total wash, that's what it is. Ooh, that's not good. We're gonna get hit by one of those yellows. Prepare for damage. So we can stack together, but you want to be facing one of the corners because of the... Oh, no, that's lightning. My bad. I thought it was arrow again.
My res is down.
I got it, Jade.
Okay, got her.
Total wash. I've got Cure Clemency up for you.
I am so out of bubbles. Like, no bubbles.
Come on. Over here. Remember, stanza, yeah, left or right or yellow. No, come on. Stand over here. Hopefully that'll count. I should have been paying attention to where the water was going to go and put her there. Oh, that'll work.
Oh, shit. I got frozen.
Yeah, I'm going to get hit by that. But that's what it should look like.
Why can't I? Oh.
She's got an arrow tail, so be aware. Oh, actually, I have arms. In the Savage, the dungeon has an enrage. Holy crap.
We have to pick the side based on her left or right.
Oh boy. I messed that up.
Oh, Jesus. I don't know where we want to be.
Nowhere. Nowhere at all. You need to pull all the ice bombs in the safe area of the sides and then run into her. Yeah, that was my fault for not having looked at the next part closely enough to know what was the next section. Let's get mana. We also need an all up for it, yeah. So that way we pull them all to the right direction. Right, Jade, of course. It wouldn't have mattered anyways. Death by Swifter. Yeah, definitely Death by Swifter. Just 1 second while we wait for mana. I'm going to check something real quick.
Food check.
Yep, food. Okay. Cool. LEO crew wiping another ass run. Yeah, what can I say? We loved wiping ass. One day the memes will grow old. But not this day. Not this day. When in doubt, stare at her butt. And by butt, I mean the giant palm. What color is it? Stand in cardinals. Okay.
So A this time?
Yep. Remember to move and remember to start running after she strikes. Now. You gotta move really early on that one. Like the second she starts moving and it's gone off, you gotta like be in corners. And it's all relative to her. So like if she's doing ice, you need to think about which way the boss is facing. Raid White coming in. Des. Yeah, that. Okay. Cool. We're good. We're good. Everything's good. You've got to make sure that they face his the true direction, not at his any kind of canter's edge.
I don't have a res up, so.
All good. I will get her. You focus on healing.
Fuck.
Okay. We're good. We can go ahead and reset then. So when that happens, for everyone, remember that it can't even be slightly off edge. You need to like go directly in line with ahead of where you want for it. Oh, we're continuing on. Okay.
Well,
because
I guess not.
Because you were down. Well, because if we're down if we have our healer down at that point, total wash is coming up, so we're not gonna make it. So that at that point, it was just like, why not reset?
When she has the lightning palm for that AOE, can we not angle her crookedly? Because that's throwing me off on how to dodge the lightning really bad.
That is about those of you, whoever has it needs to be consistent about where direction you go.
Yeah.
We like that is about like DPS.
If we always want to go intercardinals, that's fine. Then then we have to dodge. You know, lightning to me is like, oh, dodge cardinal, but then that makes it not cardinal, and it's screwing me up. But
right, that's just fine. We just need to like.
The yellow and green are very close together. It's like the number 2 and B. It's the lemon lime problem.
Or you know, the number G. Okay, but so when it is ice, do we want to point that cardinal or do we want to point that cardinal? Because cardinal's better because then you're running, you know, boss relative. You can just run south or north if you're going east or west, right? But every time we've been pulling it, people have been pulling it to like 3. It's only going to be relative green. Right, but I'm just saying for every circumstance, what is the rule we want to set up? Is my point.
Yeah, I guess if we just always aim enter cardinal, that's easier because it is hard to see which color it is. But
so
you're gonna have to know which color it is to know which way to dodge, right? So I don't know.
Well, I mean, but just don't think about looking the direction to dodge. Just look at where she's facing and and just run that way. Run the direction based off that. Because if you don't have to look at CA or any of those other things, if she strikes, if we always go to 3, if she always charges 3, that means when it's AoE, we always just stay. We're always gonna be put in the right place. If it's ice, you always are just gonna dash to either north, like in the corners away from her, and if it's yellow, you're just gonna dash directly away from her.
Yeah, I just have to switch my brain to boss relative for some reason. It doesn't want to. Whatever.
I'm good with pointing out. I would say let's just stick to 3 because we've been doing that. So basically, if at all possible, if you have the stack, try to immediately go towards 3 because then it's a consistent thing. Not this day. Kill the rodent! What? I had arms linked up way ahead of time. Which helmet did we get? Chillin'. Run.
Oh, man. Ooh, the boss was like a little off. Try to. The person who gets it, can you hide behind the palm? Like, behind the palm is best. Like, perfect lined up with it.
Yeah. That was partly on me because I was saying 3, but more my point was that intercardinal. So yeah, whoever has it, definitely go directly behind whichever palm we need to change the element of. The other thing you can do is I can consistently dodge it, so I mean obviously following me is a slight delay, that may be too much, but you can also always follow me. I bet you that we're gonna get either in like 6.28 or like something we're gonna get some sort of patch for that mana, because there's no reason to make us wait around for that, and it's just annoying. I hope we get another Criterion dungeon 7.x. I wouldn't be surprised if we get another Criterion dungeon before 7.x. I would be actually pretty surprised if we don't get another Criterion dungeon in like 6.5 or something. But maybe I'm just being overly optimistic. I wonder how, like, obviously effort went in. I wonder, like, in terms of dev cycle, like, how long it took for them to get all of this going as well as they did. Okay, we want to change north. Dest. Make sure to stand directly behind it if you have it. And move. I don't know why I ran away from the palm.
Yes, nobody wants heals.
Dest. You gotta just forget downtime. Just focus on surviving first. Raid wide. You ready for moving?
Oh no, this is the
different one, yeah. I would just say stand in. Oh no, because we put that off. Ooh, that's gonna be interesting.
Oh god. That
Yeah.
one, yeah.
Honestly, the thing is, we can set if we just stick to sending them always the same way as if it's green. The thing is that if we do that, if we put like blue to the sides and yellow in the middles, even if she does ice, we can just take one of her ices and we can heal through that, and that's going to be a lot better than I think trying to adapt right now with everyone, because we seem to struggle when we need to flip it. So just always. Because we definitely have taken.
I did the wrong ice thing. I did the intercard. I should have just gone straight north and I flipped it. So it's fine. I wasn't prepared for the blue tail because nobody called it blue tail. I was thinking it was the wind, but it's fine.
Right, well, what I'm saying, though, is if we always just play it like it's the wind, we only have to worry about ever eating one ice attack from her that we can absolutely eat and heal through. Is my point.
I guess that's true, as long as we all remember to be jumping in the middle and don't get frozen.
Right. But, well, does it freeze? I thought only her charge froze. Is it also that one, too?
I think that one can freeze you, too. I think that's happened, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, so I would just say always put, do intercardinals with ice and cardinals with yellow. And then we'll,
just
only
eat it,
charge freeze.
take the damage down.
Yeah, because
the shame.
Well, but remember that this is designed for people who aren't even doing Savage to be able to clear.
That's fine. That's fine.
In terms of equipment, so I think we can overcome it. Let's do cooldown 10. I think we can get it clear.
Save submit, then you can.
Yes, and I will also throw out Passage of Arms when that happens. I will have Divine Veil and Passage ready for that. I don't know if you were having to spend Panheima early on, but yeah, that would also work pretty well.
When the bleed goes on, I do have to use it.
Smart, yeah.
If I can manage to block the bleed, but that's a big if.
Yeah, don't sweat it. I think we'll be fine with Divine Veil mixed with Passage, plus whatever you got on hand. Thank you, Ray Ray. Yeah, do you like what we do? Consider showing your support and sign up for our Patreon. Thank you. Okay, so we want to hit this one over here. So stand on me. Because, yeah, you want to be directly perfect. Don't be moving, you gotta be moving, and then move.
Res.
You got Dest? Cool.
Come to save Palm.
Yes, that was my bad. I was focused on, my brain got distracted.
Anything?
Veil. Be ready. Cardinals for yellow, intercardinals for blue. Perfect. Look at that. Corners. Remember to stack on top of Des. No, Des, you want to go all the way out because you'll be knocked. Yeah, you want to stand close. Because you don't want to. You want to stand right next to her. You don't want to run too Des because she flies further out from whatever she hits. So you want to be in the center, standing at an angle, so that she will end up like past 3. Blue and yellow are when you want to like move out a little bit. The fight would probably be fun as Black Mage. You have a very different idea of fun than me, Jade.
Just plant your ley lines in middle and be like, party adjust.
My ley lines are more important than you could possibly imagine. I love having to move as a black mage. It's fun! Not soul destroying at all. I mean, I would say that if you're a black mage main, though, there's an aspect of this fight that's probably you're used to having to pre-plan and pre-position, so this actually in some ways works well. Oh. Okay. Go in, I'm gonna get the north one icy. Don't forget to move, don't forget to move. Like, literally, the second her attack goes off, like, she starts sliding, you can be running. You can be running to the car, to outside of it. Raid wide.
Towards middle.
Yep.
So we're doing the same rules then, you said?
Yep. Yep. No, okay, someone...
Hot.
Yeah. We're gonna get hit by that, yeah. Okay, so again, we're keeping to just ignore what her tail is in the center. You should be doing... We're just gonna eat the ice. So we're gonna do... Always have ice be intercardinals, always be yellow be cardinals.
Okay, I had it flop. That's my bad.
Yeah. So just blue corners, yellow middles. Yeah.
Middle stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Countdown 10. Cool. We got this, guys. Because the thing is, we have a lot of time going out of this phase into, like, the third phase. That's part of why I'm thinking eating it makes more sense. If we get to an enrage, then we can worry about adjusting. Okay, changing the 3. Don't forget to move. Then move out of the way. Raid wide, Veil, reprise.
Painting.
And get ready.
Shit. Hold on. I fucked up.
We should be okay. Just get ready to eat the ice in the middle. You want to be in the middle. So, so the way that we're doing this is you do the same either way. So imagine that her tail is always green. Ignore that it's blue. Will we eat 2 ice in the middle? Because it's 2 lines. We can't live it. We absolutely can. I was just standing in the middle and it was fine. Like, I wouldn't even get hit.
Dang,
Like, I mean,
privilege.
No, well, I mean, no. I like didn't invuln or anything. I mean, I mean, probably didn't get hit because someone was moving it off, but in a good way. But no, like it's not 2 lines for the blue because if you move the blues to the intercardinals, there's only hers.
I think Jade is talking about the 2 lines from the boss because the boss shoots.
Oh, because it's
2.
an X.
Yeah, because it's a cross. So we'd
But is
be
it? I don't
getting hit.
I don't think it's 2 casts. I think it's 1 cast that's an X. She has 2 lines in the middle and crosses in the mid and gives us. Okay, well then I'm wrong about my strategy and we should switch over. So let's do it that way.
Yeah.
So in that case, we are. So yeah, you just got to be looking out for blue. I'll be looking out for it and calling it green or yellow or green or blue. Just remember what green is and remember if it's a blue swap, right? So it's blue and intercardinals. It's blue and intercardinals, yellow and cardinals. If it's green, if it's not, it's the other way around. Right, Jade? That's correct. Yeah. Okay. I'll just be mindful of that. How's mana? Mana's good. Let's see if we can't get
Let's just
solidly
pray
past.
we don't get blue. That's all.
Yeah, let's. Electro needs to be opposite though. Yes, Electro does need to be opposite though. Let's just pray we don't have to worry about Electro. I mean, if we get to Electro again, we'll worry about it then. Let's see if we can get a real solid phase 3. That's our goal. We gotta switch off to static after this. Changing north. Dest. Don't forget to move.
Yep.
Move. Perfect. Dest need to be an arrow. Raid wide for prize.
Okay, it is wind.
Cool.
Okay.
So, yes. Blue and intercardinals, yellow and cardinals. That's the wrong direction. That's cardinals.
Oh boy.
Dest.
Yeah, everybody needs to try to stack mid after that, because that way it's, you're ready to move.
Equal distance, yeah. But yeah, so again, Dest. You need blue needs to be intercardinals, yellow is cardinals. For green,
Which
you switch
basically
it
means blue go like out of arena, and then if that makes sense. That my brain thinks of it better, easier. Like if you get a blue tether, try to take it towards like kind of the out of the arena.
So blue is letters, green is numbers.
Something like that.
Wait, blue and green, you mean yellow?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, blue is letters. No, blue is numbers.
Green is
Okay.
yellow is letters. So like a yellow would be at C, blue would be at 3, unless her tail is ice, in which case you flop it.
Okay.
So you gotta be ready. For Aereo, for ice, blues are letters, and electro are always opposite. Yes. Okay, taking it to 2, or sorry, yeah, north because we want ice. Don't forget to move. Move. Well, that was way too early on my part. Surprise.
Oh god.
Wait a second.
Well, that's not looking too good. Oh wait, no. Okay. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Wait.
No.
So.
Sorry, but I didn't see that it was blue. Nobody called.
No. I fucked up too. No. I'm trying to like understand. Jade, wait. How are you? Because I got thrown off by reading what Jade said in the chat for a second. Not that's on you, Jade. That's on me. I'm just trying to figure out. Because I was saying swap blue, and so I'm trying to see like where you're standing for tethers for blue, in your layout. If she's a blue tail. If she's a blue tail, blue intercardinals. Okay, no. So for the guide it says blue. You have everything intercardinals. No. Okay, wait. Is it how is it swapping? Yeah, everything goes to corners. If it's blue in middle, you put blues in the middle, and yellow's opposite. Okay, see, the guide I'm reading is different. I love when they make mechs that require you to see the entire boss model, but the boss model goes off your screen. The boss model's off your screen?
Yeah, I can't see its freaking tail, and I have like max zoom. I don't know. Like,
Does my max zoom
Do you
look
have
like
the
your max
camera
zoom, though?
angle set to like as high as it can go?
I don't know. Where do you set that?
Hit your
Control
control
arrow
button
keys.
and then use your arrow keys.
Control and arrow keys.
Yeah.
What? That just tilts
moves
my
your
camera up and down. Yes.
Up, yeah, it should move your.
I don't want to do that. That's wonky. Why would I do that?
Well, but like you see on my stream, right? That like I'm zoomed all the way out, and I can like see her tail and stuff.
I mean, I have to like. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like it.
Oh, it's not that you can't. You just don't. It's uncomfortable. Okay.
Surreal having your camera tilted all the way up. Like, I don't like
Okay.
it, especially with positionals.
Oh, I guess I can. That just looks really weird. Oh, then that's horrible. I don't know.
Right, but the game isn't stopping you from doing it at that point. That's just not wanting to do it. Okay,
Yeah,
let's
but
give it
how
one
do
more
you
run.
Play?
That's how I play literally all of the time.
You can't. How do you even know where you're standing? Like,
Your character's in the center of the screen.
no, not when I tilt my camera up. Now I'm like below my freaking hotbars. Like what?
I played Smite. Jade over here with the lovely commentary.
I mean, I played League of Legends, but I don't know how that's relevant.
Well, but League of Legends is an isometric. Smite's like a third person.
That's true.
Okay, let's see. How's Jade saying that they want to do it? Blue is in the middle, you put blues in the middle, and yellow's opposite numbers. Okay. Okay, so 3. Don't forget to move. You don't want to head directly back from her, because that will get you in her ice. Divine Veil, reprise. Not working.
I'll try to get dust up, but don't die.
Can do.
Okay, tail is blue.
Okay, so pull blues into middle. Pull blues into middle.
I have no idea if I did this right.
Nice.
I stood on the Dorito and it works.
I know you criticized me. Okay, get on Jade. Get on Jade for tank crippling it or something. Oh, Jade. Oh, no. Oh, that's going to take her out. I got Jade.
I don't have my revs.
Yeah. Let's see where the...
Oh, God, here it comes.
Made what?
Cass, if you got it, I got clemency for you. Eastern use. Oh, okay. Her attacks lets you know if it's coming from east or west, so that means eastern usually means it should pull her here.
Alright, it's like this one. Oh, I'm assuming.
You want to stand
red.
next to yellow. And then we want to move all the way over here. Oh, that was a little too early. Yeah, you guys want to be at the opposite end. Oh, that's not going to count, is that? Fuck.
Okay.
Alright, this is the ice one, so be jumping.
Yeah. Don't forget to move. Yeah, that was a little too far out of it.
Ah, why do you guys always dodge the opposite way from me? We missed
It'll be interesting.
2 of the palms, so...
Yeah. So we're going to see what happens to the other 2. I don't know if she, like, casts on him.
Yeah, I don't know.
Racing Suds. So this is arrow. So this is get ready. She's gonna push one of you into the corner. Oh, we needed everyone up for this anyways.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. We'll call it there. We've got a decent card.
Whee.
Cool. Well, thank you everybody for watching. Sorry for the less eventful stream for the past hour. Well, we just had some fun trying to see if we could get further into the Criterion. But yes, for those of you who are unaware, Criterion is an actual challenge, very comparable to what I would say Savage content is, especially maybe not like less of the first boss in Savages, much more like as you go along.
Hi, Dre. Good to see you. Glad to have you. Yeah, but so, don't forget, Monday, we're going to be finishing off of Heaven's Word 3.5. We'll be getting into that, so, and then we start Stormblood on Tuesday. Also, I have some fun things that'll show up on Monday. Let's just say the cosplay stream may at long last be ready to go. On Wednesday, there will be a new video, probably. There will be Thursday. Will be me and Aniri doing our lovely little Final Fantasy II replay that we're going through right now. Friday, Lore Book Club. Actually, this Lore Book Club, we're not gonna be doing Lore Book Club. We're gonna be doing a Sil'dihn talk. So we'll be doing that. So that'll be fun. Next Saturday is community stream. Next Saturday we'll be doing Eureka. So if you want to level in Eureka, that is the plan. We will be helping people level up and get through that, so that we can probably do something like the Baldesion Arsenal together. Beyond that, that'll be what we're doing. So thank you everyone for who has been hanging out. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. And actually, I'm gonna exit out of here. If everyone who has the WoW emote could do the WoW emote together. Oh no, there's not. Everyone's gone at this point. Oh well. Well, that's fine. We'll do it some other time.
Everyone here has it though.
By the power of the WoWs. Okay. I've been Elliot Forsteron. Yeah, absolutely. And I will see you guys on Monday, hopefully. Cheers. Oh, also don't forget to go watch the new Halloween video that just came out if you want to know more about All Saints Wake.